Okay, one note about using the grate stuff is it needs to really be at this angle. When you put it at another angle, it does not quite spray as much. So we'll fill in that side, and then also filling in over here on this side. So there's a big gap valve back up in there. I'll video that when it's dry, so I don't mess my phone up too much. Okay, how to deal with a pipe sticking up out of the floor. This will be another project I've got to work on and figure out exactly how I'm going to hide that. The pipe did come across from back here, along this wall, and across here, which is going to be my walkway. And of course, a part of another video is going to be how I pipe everything in. There's the pipe I removed there from under the tub. And we're going to take that off. I'm guessing we're going to pull some of that ring up and see if I can see if maybe I can unscrew that and just put a cap on. That's what I'm hoping. Otherwise, I may have to try to get up under, may have to drop the tank, get up underneath there, and cap it off that way. All right. Well, I really lucked out on this. It was just glued down, just right on the top of the tank. Nothing special. They just cut a hole there. Just probably a little plastic welding. Set it down on there. Weld your plastic around that. I'll be doing a video later about how to weld plastic when I run the new pipe in. So not much to it. Now I'm going to have to plug that and cover this hole in the floor, and any luck maybe find some of this material that'll match. I don't know about anybody else, but this is how some of my projects start out looking. Get pretty involved in a lot of stuff everywhere. These are all the connections that I got at the store. So I got a cap here that has some threading on it, and I'll use that with this, and it'll slide down inside there just like that, and then it'll thread on with that piece there. It'll turn and thread onto that, and then a piece of pipe will connect like this, like this, and that'll run down. So the first part's going to be, this piece came off the tub. We'll put that back on there, and we'll screw this in, and we'll put on the connector and a piece of pipe going down through the floor. Alright, hopefully this video doesn't keep shaking too much. So I took some tape, plumber's tape, and wrapped it around this, screwed this part down. So here's a little adapter for the tub. And then the other part you're going to need is this adapter here, and they'll go together like this. Now, first thing you want to do, of course, you can't just put it together, you got to glue it together. You want to make sure you get you some primer, and also get you some glue. And some plumber may tell me otherwise, but I just use whatever sandpaper I happen to have. So this just is some sanding on walls when you're doing sheetrock, that type of stuff. So the first thing you want to do is just lightly sand this down around the edges, and what that's doing is just breaking up any loose stuff that may cause you to not have a good seal. Long story short, I dug up a pipe one time and patched it, and I didn't clean it up real good, and or I put too much glue on it. So there's like a little ridge right here. I put too much glue on it, and after about 1.5 years it leaked, so I had to dig it all back up again and do it again. So a little bit of prep work is well worth it to save you a lot of trouble down the road. So just kind of roughen that up a little bit. You're going to do the same thing to your pipe here, and any pipes that you're connecting, you want to sand just a little bit just to rough them up. Wipe things out a little bit there, and you can see I'm seeing there's a lot of particles in there. So, but of course that's also where your primer comes in, because your primer is gonna, as I understand it, kind of makes this a little bit soft, and then it helps to clean it and make it all join together good. So clean that out real good. Get all the little particles out from inside there. And same thing on this one. I think I'm gonna get a different. A little bit of primer. Again, with this stuff, more does not mean more, or doesn't mean better. You want to go light with it. Go light with the glue, go light with your primer. In this case, the lid is on so tight I can't get it off, so There are channel locks there to break that loose. I bet this one's the same way. Again, your channel locks are really handy just for busting things loose like this. So, I'll set that back down in all that dust. Nice clean work environment. A little less shake in the camera. Edit that out. So, a little purple. Make sure you put down some stuff to keep your environment clean. And that's a bit much, so make sure you go around that edge. Also, it wouldn't hurt to go right along the inside edge right here either. And then I'm only going to do one side on this, but I'll be doing the other side in a minute. But just for this first seal, so just a nice light wipe down there. And again, just around the edges. Make sure you got it all in there. Let that dry just a little bit. You don't want that wet while you're doing it. That'll take just a second. Doesn't take very long for it to get dry enough. And again, I can't stress enough, do not go too heavy with your glue. As I understand it, the plumber told me I put too much glue on, and that's why my patch job leaked. So just a nice light coat of glue on here. Just a couple of little spins there. And nothing too heavy. On the edge there. Now, when you do put it together, give it a little spin. And that'll help things to kind of bind together. So together, see how the gap closed up, a nice little spin, and then it'll get locked so tight you can't spin it anymore. See, now you can see the nut up top's turning. So just like that, and it's just a drain valve, so it's not like, you know, this plumbing is going to be under any pressure, so it should be relatively simple. This is just an adapter that goes on here, and then I'm debating what I'm going to do here right now. I may put another adapter so that somebody goes to work on the tub, you'll be able to screw this loose and not have to take a lot of stuff loose.